I am Cal DeKuyper, Superintendent of your Zeeland Public School District, and thank you for your interest in two upcoming ballot issues. And these are very important to Zeeland Public Schools. There are two. The first is an 18 mil non-homestead property tax, and the second is a 1 mil. It's a renewal for Building and Site Fund, and it's a request for a 10-year renewal. So I'll give you about 2 minutes of information on both of those. Let's go back to that 18 mil non-homestead property tax. And this is a tax on industrial, commercial, and some agricultural property. It's also a tax on second homes. It is not a tax on your primary home. This has actually been approved every year for the past 20 years here in Zeeland. It's been an annual renewal. It's required for us to receive our full funding from the state of Michigan. It's kind of interesting how that works, but if this is approved, we are guaranteed our full funding, or we get our guaranteed state minimum. If it fails, we lose that and we actually fall below the guaranteed state minimum. And if you think about how that would work, these are taxes that come from our local area. They go to the state, and then those taxes are partially fund our school system. And if the state then is not permitted to collect its full 18 mils, then the local school district is penalized that dollar amount. So again, this is just required for us to stay at our full funding. This is a big dollar amount here in Zeeland. It is 10% of our budget, or about $5 million. So if this passes, we remain at our full funding. If this fails, we will need to cut $5 million out of our budget between now and next year. You may recall that you just voted on this past May, only 6 months ago, and that is true. Recent legislation required us to move our ballots from May to November, and not annual, but to November of even numbered years. So even though you voted for this and approved it 6 months ago, we are doing it again now this November, and you will start to see it every 2 years, not annually. Let's move on to our 1 mil 10-year request for a renewal of our Building and Site Fund. And this is the fund that maintains our facilities. And we have tremendous pride here in Zeeland for our school buildings. We have the high expectations for academic success, and we truly believe in stewardship of this property and this gift that you've given to our students here in our school district. This is 1 million square feet of buildings, not property, 1 million square feet of buildings valued at $230 million. That's the value of these buildings. So this is a 1 mil request. It generates $1.3 million per year to maintain and repair our facilities. And if you think about that, that's less than about 0.5% per year for maintenance and repairs and upgrades. Now, some school districts choose to maybe every 20 years request a $25 or a $50 million, a big project to bring everything back up to speed. But the system we've used here in Zeeland is continual maintenance, that everything stays up to standards on an annual basis. And that's why we've used this Building and Site Fund. You might ask us, well, how do we do this? And how do we know exactly what this plan is? And what's the schedule of repairs? And I have here these books, and these are our display for you. You can stop in here at the Central Business Office and see these if you're interested. So we have an entire plan and a report for roofing. We have another report for energy. In fact, we've saved $200,000 a year in our energy costs out of just these reports here. Here's the plan for athletic facilities. Here's the plan for all of our flooring in the entire district. Here's the plan for repair and improvements on our parking lots and pavement. Here's another one, a complete playground safety report. And over here we have one for all the improvements in our playgrounds. So you can kind of get an idea. There's a very well-developed plan that has been in place for many, many years, and then the plan is for us now to maintain what we've been doing. Again, none of this 1 mil on Building and Site goes to any salary. It all goes to facilities, either upgrades or maintenance and repair. So again, we have two issues on the ballot. It's November 5, and we ask you to vote and cast your vote and tell us what you'd like us to do. They are the Building and Site Fund renewal, 1 mil, and the 18 mil non-homestead property tax renewal. And again, thank you for your interest, and as we say here in Zeeland, learning for life.